Welcome to Conversations with your host, Ron Bryant, who will engage in lively and informative dialogue with politicians, leaders, visiting celebrities, and individuals making a difference in the community fabric of Central Ohio.
Talisha Holmes is making her mark regionally and nationally with the Talisha Holmes Ensemble. She blends soul, jazz, and rock with a little folk to create a strong presentation committed to the musical art form. Here's my conversation with Talisha Holmes. Well, Talisha, I want to thank you for taking your time.
No problem.
I really appreciate it. You're from Galloway.
Went to elementary school in Galloway and then moved to Grove City, went to Grove City, and still in the Central Ohio area.
So how did you get your little groove thing together in Galloway versus
the
big city?
You know what? I had an amazing music teacher in elementary school, and it's funny because she was really good on like the dulcimer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know, it was so
dulcimer.
Interesting. Well, all that stuff. She was you know, had the choir, and you know, I started out singing there, and that was really my introduction to like performing and singing. But my parents, my grandparents, they were big, you know, music fans. My grandmother listened to the blues, and my grandfather listened to the blues, and my dad was like into funk and R&B, and my mom, she listened to everything from like John Denver to Bob Marley, and you know, so I got a well-rounded ear. I had a well-rounded deal.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, hearing that, who were your influence directly? Who influenced you the most?
Like musicians or bands?
Or musically, yes. Because you were hearing a little bit of everything.
I was hearing a little bit of everything, but I can't say that I became emotionally involved in music until I heard my first Stevie Wonder album.
Okay.
And at that point, I think that I made a connection, and it did something to me.
Now, which Stevie Wonder was that?
It was actually Hotter Than July.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to Stevie Wonder, because you know, around that time it was, you know, it was out. I would say my age. I
don't want to date myself.
Absolutely.
Because I played the first Stevie Wonder, album on the air for my first DJ gig.
Wow. Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, amazing.
That's all right.
From then on out, I was, you know, searching through record stores, trying to find something, and I think the next thing I bought was Songs in the Key of Life, and then I knew that.
So you love that Stevie. What else? What female artists?
Shaka Khan.
Okay.
She can sing.
Wonderful.
She can sing.
You know she can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any others?
I think that when I first started trying to cultivate a sound for myself, I was listening to Anita Baker. Wow. And I had her down pat. I mean, as far as, you know, her tone, her runs, everything she did. I mean, and when I sang her song, I sounded just like it. So, you know, throughout time, I was able to kind of subtract that and kind of put my own self into it and use some other influences. But I have to say, she was the first person I tried to emulate.
Okay, and that's good. Any church influences?
Are there church influences?
Doesn't have to be, but
a
lot of singers do have that church background.
I think that I had some male role models like Fred Hammond, but I don't think that I sound like them at all. But I think in my writing sometimes I might think on some of those chords.
Are you a student of history?
Yeah, kind of.
Sorta?
Yeah, okay. I'm interested. Yeah.
Historically, who stands out for you?
Well, actually, I have a really funny story I heard about Bessie Smith.
Tell us.
You know, I don't know. I'm sure you probably know something about her, but
absolutely.
You know, this whole area in the Mount Vernon, King Lincoln district. She actually performed here, and she had a lot of issues with her significant other at the time.
Okay.
Well, one of them, and she was always fighting with him, and you know, she had other lovers and whatnot, and so did he. And at one point, he didn't make it down here to Columbus, and she knew that he was cheating. So she took a cab to Cleveland, went there, beat him up, beat the girl up, and came back to Columbus and did her show. Absolutely.
Incredible.
But, you know, I have a lot of warm memories of listening to her music when I was just starting to like get my jazz, budding, listening to blues and figuring out what all of this was and trying to dig and find out who was what and where it came from. And her songs, they were just so raw and so real and just, uncouth and, she just really got straight to the point and in a feminist kind of a way, like, this is what it is, this is what I'm doing, I don't know what you're doing. And that really kind of spoke to me, so.
Let's check out some of Talisha Holmes' set as we go to the break.
I just wrote this one recently. This is one of the new ones. I don't know if I said. I wrote a few new ones that I'm going to debut for you all tonight. Debut as a tryout. So this one's called Fight Win. And I wrote it actually even before a lot of the unrest regarding the police situation in our country. Just seemed to kind of fit.
More than 1 million Americans are living with HIV, but nearly 2/3 do not get the care they need to stay healthy. And transmissions from those not getting care account for 9 in 10 new HIV infections. Diagnosis and care can improve the lives of people with HIV and reduce the likelihood of transmitting the virus to others. 100 people who don't know they have HIV transmit the virus to nearly 7 new people each year. But that rate drops rapidly as people go through care. Every year, 100 people who have HIV under control through medication infect less than 1. But today, just 30% have the virus under control, and 50,000 people become newly infected each year. Improving the health of people living with HIV today could prevent the vast majority of new infections tomorrow.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
So when did you put together your first group?
I put together my first group. I was probably 25.
Go ahead.
And I was trying to do this acoustic thing, and there was like percussion and acoustic guitar and some other singers. And actually, one of the singers that's going to be here tonight, she was on that maiden voyage with me, singing with me background, Jamila Jackson. And it was scary, and it was hard work, and it was humbling, and it made me realize I had a lot of work to do. I had sang in bands before, but I'd never
fronted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've never, put things together and scheduled rehearsals and, made sure, where are we playing and that sort of thing. So that was different for me. That, I was totally, an artist's brain, and using that other side of my brain to put things together was,
But it's good that you learned the business side, because it is the music business.
Absolutely.
And as a working musician, I know you want to be that in the long run. You're going to really have to know that. So tell me about this ensemble that we're going to be hearing a little bit later.
Okay. We're good friends. We're all hang out in our spare time, so we've got that chemistry. But even before we even started hanging out, there was still that chemistry, and that's just an amazing spiritual, just amazing thing to be able to stand on stage. It's so intimate to be able to stand on there or sit or wherever you are, even in rehearsal, and feel like this energy and this vibe, and you can fall back and know they're going to catch you, and you trust them to come to play or to play under you, and they're following you and you're following them, and it's a beautiful relationship. Adam, I met actually. He was playing for a band, and I just stopped through, and sometimes when a band is playing, you recognize there's musicians in the audience. You might have them come up. So I came up and I sang something. Never played with him before, anything. Singing the song, and he had this. He had some effects plugged up or whatever, and he just like hit the note, and it made me sound so great, and it was reverbing and everything, and he was hitting harmony, and I turned back around, and I was like, and he was like. And I knew right then that I wanted to play with him again. Yeah. B-Jazz, Brandon Scott, I've known him for many years. And I actually met him at Snaps and Taps first when he was playing with Charles Cooper Quartet.
All right.
Yes. And from then on, it had been a while that I'd known him, but I didn't play with him until maybe, I want to say 5 or 6 years, maybe 7 years after I met him. And right then, I knew that was a connection there. Yeah, it was great. Bass player, I just recently started playing with him, just on a humbug. Amazing bassist. He's actually an amazing sound man too, so he gets the whole sound correlation. And Kyra Currington, I've known her for about 5 or 6 years, an amazing
She's
drummer.
vivacious. I've watched her for about the last 15 minutes, and she's a pistol.
She is, but she plays drums. She also plays bass. She plays guitar. She plays keys. She sings, as well as Adam, who's going to be on guitar and some other synthesizers tonight. He sings. He plays guitar. He plays synthesizers, and he plays drums. And it's just they're all very, very talented, and just I'm really lucky and blessed to be playing with them.
I checked out your sizzle reel on YouTube, the piece that you gave to like the Jazz Fest and all that stuff. So it has a little bit of everything, and you're doing a number of different pieces, covers, as well as I think maybe 1 or 2 originals. Talk about your originals first.
Well, I've been writing for some time, and it's been a constant evolution and learning curve, but I'm at a stage right now where I feel very comfortable being transparent, and in any area, my love life, my personal struggles, and being a
do those 2 elements affect your music?
Oh yeah, that is my music.
Okay.
So,
okay, go
absolutely. For it. The world around me, society, war, all of these things that you see on the news, or you talk to your friends about, or just sitting in my car, things that plague me and cause me discomfort. I write about them.
Okay.
But then I also write about joyous things and having fun and being in love, and those songs are a little fewer, but. I'm going to be debuting 3 new ones today that I'm excited about.
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
absolutely.
Names, real quick?
One is called The Cusp of Everything. Another one is called Fight, Win. And another one is called Sacrifice. And you'll hear those.
Okay.
Yes.
The covers. You got a few covers.
I do. Like I said, I have a really diverse background, so I like to, whatever I want to play, we're going to play it. So tonight we've got some Bonnie Raitt, we've got some, there's a duet of Shaka Khan and Michael McDonald that we're going to do with a guest singer, Chauncey Alston, and I'm excited about that. He's got a tremendous voice. It's just beautiful. So we're going to do that, and we've got a couple, just in case we want to throw them in there, we might do them. So, we kind of roll like that.
Okay.
We have a set list, but we play around with it.
Saw that. I saw you passing that out. You got to have that.
Well, you got to stick to it. I have a tendency to, I'm a little energetic, a little outrageous, and I'll do anything.
I said moments ago, you put something together and you played the Jazz Fest. You've been playing around town. You've even been here once before, or a couple times. Any big name folks that you want to spit out that you've had the opportunity to share the stage with?
I don't really. I mean, I've
just 2.
Just 2.
Name 2.
Okay. Stephanie Mills. Actually did, it was a little while ago, a tune for I think it was some sort of ball, and she sang some songs, and we opened for her, and that was beautiful. I didn't realize that she was such a tiny lady.
She's a little bit.
So that was interesting to be towering over her in that way. And I've opened for, I'm not sure if you know Donnie, back in the day. Cloud 9. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Also like Dwayne. So a lot of soul people. That's kind of been as I was coming up, that's what was going on, a lot of like soul, the reinvention of it, and so that was going on.
The neo side.
Yeah. So we were doing some opening for those sorts of acts.
Since the Affordable Care Act was signed into law in 2010, 28 states plus DC have expanded Medicaid, and millions have gained coverage through Medicaid or CHIP. Millions of young adults have gained coverage through their parents' plan. Americans saved $9 billion because insurance companies must spend at least 80 cents of every premium dollar on health care. 9.4 million seniors and people with disabilities saved more than $15 billion on prescription drugs. Nearly $1,600 per beneficiary. Nearly 11.7 million Americans are signed up for coverage through the health insurance marketplace. The ACA has helped achieve an historic reduction in the uninsured. To date, 16.4 million uninsured people have gained health care coverage. The Affordable Care Act. 5 years of providing access to affordable, quality health coverage.
Where do you draw your inspiration?
I am inspired by the vastness of the universe. And I don't mean to be like spacey or anything, but by saying this, there's, for instance, those people downstairs, well, the band members that I know, how in the world could I possibly run into them in my lifetime? How amazing is it that you meet who you're supposed to meet?
Divine
you see
providence.
who you're supposed to, yes, absolutely. That's a miracle to me. It's amazing to me. And yes, you know, we go through our struggles and our trials, and we hurt and we ache and we're bleeding. But also there's this other side of it. Once you turn around that corner, how could you possibly understand and enjoy the exquisite beauty of life and God and nature and love and friendship and happiness and joy? And there's a balance to life and to the universe and to each of us, even just within our bodies. And like I said, I don't want to get too spacey, but
you want to get holistic.
Yeah, I don't want to, but but you get what I'm saying.
That
inspires me.
Tell me this. Sometimes it's hard to keep a group together.
It is.
You're an artist. You want to be a working musician on a continuous basis. How hard is it to keep a group together these days? And what is your formula for keeping your people happy?
Well, I try to be a good person. I try to be accommodating, but I also try to be prepared and respectful of their time. I don't own them. They have other projects that they're doing. They have other lives. And I don't want to make it seem as if my band, somehow trumps all of those things. Like I said, we're friends, and the people that I play with, just in general, I tend to have a good relationship with them because there's a trust scenario. And I guess in my experience, if I don't have that, if I don't feel that, then I don't have a tendency to want to play with them.
I'm just going to throw this at you.
Yes.
If you're looking to elevate Will you take them with you, or will you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm
Okay.
taking everybody with me.
Okay.
You know, like I said, with this band right here, this is not the only members of the band.
Gotcha.
Yes, we,
This is tonight's ensemble.
This is tonight's ensemble, and I play with them a lot, but sometimes it's bigger, I know people that have strings, they'll play. I know horn players, other singers, other guitarists, bassists, and we'll all come together, percussionists will all come together, and sometimes there's just 3 of us. Sometimes there'll be 5, 6, 7. It just depends on the venue and, what we're trying to accomplish. But, I love these guys, and if they want to come with me, they're welcome. They're welcome to follow.
Gotcha. Educationally, are you classically trained? Or do you pick up a lot of things play by ear or sing by ear?
Oh, I sing by ear. I am classically trained. I went to school, and but I mean, even before that, I started off playing viola in the orchestra. So
Excellent.
I mean, I could read music.
Yes.
And then I played bass guitar for a little bit in the jazz band in my middle school, and
Yes.
had to read that stuff, and choir, and all jazz band in high school. So I've got a lot of experience with that side of it.
The foundation.
The foundation, absolutely, and I try to read as much as I can to be informed and educated about what is this thing, music, and who are the players, and where does it come from.
What is the word that you would give to an aspiring musician who may be struggling a little bit but trying to do something and do something significant? Words of encouragement.
Don't give up. If it's writing you aspire to do exercises by yourself to be as transparent as possible. Write whatever comes to your mind, as ugly as it might come out. That's a good exercise to at least just start to get away from share and care and those sorts of rhyming things. And as far as singing, don't ever think that you're too good, or don't ever think that you've hit the mark and you're not going to get any better. And this is, what I mean? It's hard work right now. I still struggle with things that I'm trying to do. I sing all day, trying to work on my voice, and I try to pick up instruments and learn those, and I just try to keep this interesting for myself and keep myself in sort of a childlike state of mind, like
Yes.
there's always more I can learn, please teach me, from
Excellent.
anybody.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so very
No
much
problem.
for appearing on Conversations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.